Well, we are almost completely at the top of this fascinating list, and have come upon, once again, to our runner-up of another top 10. This second-place finisher is our Mr. or Mrs. who almost was this list's great test. So who is it? Who has it been? Who nearly made it all the way to the top and almost won it all? Well, it is going to be the world-famous and nearly universally appreciated original PlayStation console. Yes, that original one, the great-great-granddaddy that started it all. So the first and original PlayStation came into this world on a cold, cold day in early December of 1994, and it went on to sell a remarkable 102.49 million units. Not bad. Not bad at all for a first foray in rodeo in this console's war Sony. Heck, in retrospect, it's even been said that it's been this PlayStation name and product and undertaking that has saved the Sony brand name of electronics. So with a low-profile rectangular and fairly compact overall general shape and design, as well as just having such elegant and pleasant details and little touches throughout and all around, it was all just such a charming and lovely little thing to behold and to look at. Or to put it another way, it was just such a masterful and exceptional combination of usability, practicality, and a unique elegance that only Sony could have made happen, and has been such a legend of design ever since its first unveiling to the world. And that is also why it made it this high up on this ultra-short list of the 10 best looking and most beautifully designed video game consoles of all time. And now, we have finally made it to another summit of another unique and humongous mountain of some of the most fascinating mainstream art achievements and accomplishments in human history. So, who is it going to be this time? Who rules this roost, if you will? Who is the king of this particular mountain? Why, the one that rules them all on this particular hill just happens to be the Xbox One X. Surprised? Perhaps you should be, because some might even say that this redemption console of theirs shouldn't have even been considered for this list, because they had a pretty big fumble with the original Xbox One's fairly plain design right out of the gate for that generation. Well, when putting such a unique list as this together, I considered all of them, even the premium ones like the PS4 Pro and the most recent one like the PS5 Pro. I considered any and every home video game console that ever made it to market, and the Xbox One X sure as heck did make it, because I own one. So, all meant all, and the One X has been the greatest out of them all, when it came to this exterior design game thus far in video game consoles history. So, bursting onto the scene on November 7th of 2017, and for a while, it was the most powerful home gaming console in the world. In fact, one day when I was visiting Walmart to pick up some things, I noticed one of the newly put up Xbox One X posters that proudly boasted that claim for all to see as they went about their day with their chores and errands. And unlike some of the other consoles on this list, that's at quite a few who weren't the technological powerhouses of their generation. But as mentioned, the One X was its generation's powerhouse. But with a unique and particular list such as this, it works both ways. What do I mean? So whether a console was significantly underpowered for their generation, or if they were the technological big dog of that era, on this particular and unique list, what's going on the inside actually matters a bit less than what's happening on the outside. So what about this Xbox One X's outside then? Well, you already know what I think and how I feel about it, with its number one placement on this list. How fortunate is it for this One X console that it just happens to be the best-looking and the most powerful one of its generation? How often does that happen? Not very, it seems. But the console is just an absolute stunner of a looker. Sleek and monolithic in its design and appearance. And minimalistic. Definitely minimalistic, but in all the right way for a video game console, and not too much or too little with its absolute masterpiece of a shell and design. But what about the gripes? Surely, there has to be none whatsoever. That's pretty much 100% true. But if I don't like or don't prefer something on these artistic works and designs, I'm going to let you know about it. So what could it be? If you want to add on another layer of fun with this all, pause the video right now and write down your answer on a sheet of paper or on your phone's virtual notepad, and get back to the video as soon as you've got your guess written down. Okay, are you ready? Got your answer all set to go? Here we go then. So what it is that I'm actually not a huge fan of that matte black finish, but it still has been done so very nicely that, at the end of the day, that's what's most important when it comes to the finish that they did decide to go with. Although, I must say that limited edition Gold Rush Edition's paint job has quite the lovely little extra touch that just makes the 1X's matte finish that much more lively and spectacular and stunning. All in all, the 1X has just had such a high quality and premium look and feel to it, through and through, just as it should have been, was supposed to be and has been, as a premium offering, especially at the time of its initial release. And premium it sure has been with its internal hardware, as well as its external look and design. Heck, its look has been so premium that I use my Xbox One X more as a gorgeous, modern, and minimalistic decorative art piece for my living room than I do as a video games playing machine. That's how great its looks have been, and that's why it occupies this #1 spot on a list such as this. Oh, but one final thing. It's worth noting that the Xbox One X has not been the first, to my knowledge, to popularize this unique 2-parts offset look with an overhang design. The immensely popular PlayStation 2 did it over 25 years ago. The One X has just greatly improved upon it and significantly done it better, probably due to the great passing of time and its numerous advantages that come with that. That includes having more time to reflect, contemplate, and to research. Not to mention also with having more technological discoveries and advances that have been made with that passage of time being on their side as well. And perhaps their biggest advantage of all in this One X design endeavor has been to have the PlayStation 2 as a reference. So there you have it, ladies and gents. Those were our top 10 most beautiful video game consoles of all time. Did any of your personal favorites make this list? Which one has been your all-time #1? Drop it in that comment section down below and let others appreciate that masterpiece as much as you've been appreciating it for how long now. So thanks for joining me on this one, and until the next one, peace.